Hey, we are live as I'm talking over everybody. Welcome in, everybody, to episode 2 of Disanity. Actually, this is episode 1 for Disanity because we just picked the name last week. Welcome in, everybody. We are back and better than ever with a really, really fun show tonight. Our first week of special guests. And does it get any better than Charlie and Stacy from the Dizney Nerd Herders as our first guests? They were actually our 5th choice, but the other 4 couldn't make it. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Debbie was sick, so the union sent us.
No, you know I'm just kidding with you guys, but thank you all for being here. How are you guys doing tonight?
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
How are you guys doing tonight? Doing well? Thank you for being here. We definitely appreciate you guys being here.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to have a good time tonight. A few things real fast. I want to do a little bit of mousekeeping, kind of get that out of the way. Of course, theliveplace.com, Jim over at The Live Place, family-friendly streams throughout the week. Monday through Sunday, if you're looking for a stream, it's kind of your TV guide for Disney live streams and other stuff, too. It's all family-friendly. It's not all just Disney. He does have other stuff on there as well, so check him out. It's a good place to find great content for live streams. Jim is a great supporter of this community, and it's our way of giving back by talking about his channel because he supports us. And, of course, our 2 partner channels are Steve's World and Disney Dan. Steve goes live on Mondays with Just Another Monday Night, and Dan goes live on Saturdays with Disney Fiasco. So check those guys out. Great channels as well. And, of course, our special guests tonight, Charlie and Stacy, the Dizney Nerd Herders. They go live on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. with the not quite ready for prime time, although we think they are ready. And what do you got planned for this week's show?
Tomorrow night, we're going to be on with Jim from More Sunshine Please, and we're going to be discussing what is new in Walt Disney World coming in 2020.
Very nice. Oh, that's going to be a good show. That's going to be a lot of fun. So be sure to check them out tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Dizney Nerd Herders. If one of my mods could please throw their link in the chat, I would appreciate it. Be sure to check them out if you haven't already. I'm sure a ton of you guys have. But let's say hi to a few people real fast in the chat, and then we're going to get started on our really awesome topic tonight, at least for the old people. all you youngins out there will probably laugh at us, but we're going to have a good time with this tonight. Let's say hi to a few people in the chat. We have Rachel Myers in the Mouse's biggest fan. Rachel, don't worry. Your artwork is up on our next video. You'll see it.
Well,
don't worry.
She might be able. It's right there. You can see it.
Yeah, it's right over here.
Can you see it?
Right next to Melissa. It's
we
there.
have Pam's up too. I'm trying to think of a better way to display it, but
it's there. It's definitely there. Brian Eisenhardt's in the house. Michael Riley's here. Stacy Herder's in the house. She's new, isn't she?
I think so.
I don't know who that is, but welcome in, Stacy. Nice to meet you.
Surprise!
Nathan Rita's in the house. Let's see. We got Russ Stapleton. It's Disanity. It certainly is. We have Alex Brenner's here. Lady Jamers is here. There's Dean. More sunshine. Or Dean, more sunshine, please. Dreamers Empire. What's up, Dean? Welcome in, buddy, to theliveplace.com. We were just talking about you. Welcome in. Just another Disney Nerd here. Samantha Lowe's in the house. Timothy Rainwater. That Florida feeling. And I think for now we are up to date. But welcome in, everybody. Dances with Goofy's in the house as well. I don't know if I said hi to him before. Eric Newman's here as well. Eric, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. And, of course, for everyone, as you come into the chat and you leave a chat and you come on, you are entered into our monthly prize at the end of the month. So every time you come in, you leave a chat, you are entered. So congratulations. You're now all entered. Just like that.
Candy Mom.
Pam's fans here. Candy Mom is here as well. Welcome in. And thank you all for being here. And tonight we got a really, really fun topic. At least I think we're going to have fun with it. I know the 4 of us are going to have fun with it. We are going to count down our top 10 70s and 80s television shows. Now, I'm sure all of us have some honorable mentions as well. But we're going to count them down. And we might have some fighting in here, I'm sure. Because there's some of us. I'm sure some that are on my list may not make somebody else's list. So we're going to have a good time. And what we'll do, we'll count down from 10 to 1. And we'll kind of mix and match. And we'll let you guys in the chat also. Please let us know some of your picks for some of your favorite shows of the 70s and 80s. Even if you watch them on reruns. Even if you run around during that time. if you have a 70s or 80s show you like, let us know in the chat. A couple more people have come in really, really fast. I want to say hi to It's Joey's World's in the house. Good to see you, Joey's World.
Hey, Joey.
Hi guys.
Good to see you, pal. And I think that's it. I saw Joey. Rockin' Robin's in here
Hey,
as well.
Robin.
Robin, good to see you. And more sunshine, please. There's Jim. Jim's heading over to Festival of the Arts on Friday. We'll just leave it at that. Go watch Jim's stream. We have another name for it, but we'll leave it at that. D. Hazel's here as well. D, good to see you. Welcome
Hi,
in.
Dee.
And with that, we are going to get started. So our top 10 70s and 80s show. So Charlie and Stacy, let me ask you right off the bat. Was this hard to come up with a list for you guys?
Well, to narrow it down, yes.
Yeah, it wasn't hard coming up with a list of a bunch of shows that I liked, but it definitely was hard bringing it down to 10.
Yeah.
Gotcha. How about now, once you got it down to 10, was it hard putting them in a certain order? Or did you have like, yes, this is definitely my number one? Or
No, I had a very hard time. I just started just writing numbers. It wasn't that hard for me.
I think it came down with mine. It was like the top 3 or 4 were pretty easy. Whether or not to put them in the right order or not was tough. But I knew which ones were the bottom half of the 10 and top half of the 10 type, almost, pretty much.
Yeah, I struggled. I
Yeah.
struggled with that. Yeah.
gotcha. I think with me, I didn't struggle with number one. Like the first 2 or 3, I didn't really struggle with. From like 7 to like 3 to 10, 4 to 10, right around there was hard for me. What about you? You had a hard time with all of them, didn't you?
I always have a hard time putting things in order, no matter what the list is, because I'm like, I just love them all, you know. But I had about 18 that I really did watch and loved, and then trying to get down to that 10 was hard. I wanted to leave them all.
Yeah,
So,
I know it.
yeah.
There's so many
At
shows.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are, and that's the thing. There's like a ton of shows that even today you can get in syndication in a lot of different places, which is really cool. But I'm hoping they come out with a way to put them all on streaming services at some point. Kind of like, you know how we have Disney Plus? Maybe we can get ABC Plus or CBS Plus or something like
80s
that.
and 70s plus.
80s and 70s and 80s
Yeah.
Plus.
Old People Plus.
Old People Plus. That's a good one.
I know, like Jim on his show was talking about the Oscars and the awards, and they're listing all the movies, and I'm just like, I don't know half of these movies. I can tell I don't watch TV very much anymore. We don't use our cable, so I don't see the ads for movies.
It's true.
Unless it's like, you know, Disney or Marvel or, or
Right.
Star Wars. I feel like I'm
Or
so
Hallmark.
out of the loop.
Yeah.
And I used to love going to the movies, and I realized looking back, I'm like, I don't see anything anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me sad, but at the same time, we're probably saving a lot of money.
True. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's true.
expensive.
Yeah. Noah, welcome
Hi,
in.
Noah.
Noah's in the house. And also, if I'm not mistaken, who else
You
just
missed
popped in?
somebody.
Ray J's in the house.
Hey,
Ray J,
Ray
good to see you.
J.
Hey,
Well, Robin,
everybody.
I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. So, Stacy, ladies first, guests first. We're going to start with you. 70s and 80s. Who is number 10 on your list?
All right. So, like I said, I struggled. I was trying to figure out how to go about it. Do I put my 10 of when I was a kid, or do I put my kid as an adult, because it's
Your kid
totally
as an adult.
well, like not kid as adult, like the top 10 of as me as an adult. So I kind of really struggled with that. So my 10 is Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live. Okay. Yep.
Good one.
Only 70s and
Yeah.
80s.
I'll tell you what, Saturday Night Live was it was groundbreaking for when it came out at the time. It was
Yeah.
it's still around today, I think. I think it's still on today.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's still on.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite as, I got to be honest, it's not quite as quality
Not for-
as it
well,
used to be back in the
Right,
day.
right.
Not for, I don't know.
I don't-
See, I grew up in the time when it was like Toonsis the Driving Cat and like, you know, Pat and like that kind of stuff, or the church lady. And I loved
Yes,
all of
yeah.
See, we
I
grew
thought
up
it
with
was great.
we grew up with Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood or Land Shark and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
samurai guy.
was, like,
at
a little after
John
that.
John Belushi.
John Belushi.
John
Yeah.
Belushi,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
They're all
Yeah.
good. I feel like after like by the time mid-90s, it just went all downhill. Like
After Adam
2000s,
Sandler,
yeah,
It's
forget it.
Charlie,
Mhm.
and
I just lost
They
it. I
left.
couldn't watch it anymore. I'm
Yeah.
like, Thanks.
Yeah, when you Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, those guys left the show. It was
Well, Dana Carvey was funny.
he was funny as the church
funny.
lady.
There were
Yeah.
there were some spots here and there that I didn't mind, and some people that were funny. Yeah, and I couldn't watch it. I couldn't tell you one person that's on there
Today.
now.
No,
Me either.
me either. That's the thing.
Mm-mm.
But it was like an event. Saturday Night Live back in the 70s and 80s was an event.
Oh yeah, you had
Yes.
to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something that
Yeah.
people definitely stayed up for and watched for sure. Followed by Dark Shadows.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Yeah.
Remember Dark Shadows? It didn't make my list, but I remember Dark Shadows.
That's
That's so funny.
Wow.
So that's a good one, Stacy. It didn't make my list, and to be honest with you, I kind of forgot about it.
I actually had noted it, but then I figured, I feel like it went more late 80s, 90s for me. So I'm like, well, I have to cut something. So I'm going to cut that. So I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
finding ways to be like, okay, maybe that doesn't apply as much. So for when I used to watch it anyway.
Jim says he still watches Saturday Night Live every week.
Really?
Good for him.
Really?
So you can fill us in on what we're missing.
Absolutely. So, Stacy, good number 10. That's a good one. Charlie, what about you, buddy? What's number 10?
My number 10, I just want to mention to everybody in the chats, please put hearts for all my picks.
I thought I was gonna say something serious. I'm like, oh my god, what happened?
I know, me
Did I
too.
miss
Stacey. I'm like,
something?
what's wrong?
Okay, so I started off with a classic, a very, very cool, very good, very cool show that I really, really loved, and I watched it. What I watched this show every week. It was on, and you might know it from a key phrase. Hi, I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl, and this is my other brother Daryl.
The Newhart
That's the
Show.
only phrase I really know.
Not the Bob Newhart Show, the Newhart Show.
Newhart Show, yeah. Just
When
the
he
Newhart
moved
Show.
up to Vermont and he was the innkeeper or
Yes.
little inn thing, and it was a very funny show. And they had that old guy who was from, I believe, Mork and Mindy. And
Yes.
And then and later on they had Peter Scolari and the
Absolutely.
little blonde girlie, and yeah, that was a very, very fun show for me.
Yeah.
I really liked Newhart's humor, and I just got into that every week for some reason. I really loved Larry and the Daryls. I thought they were funny
Oh
too.
my God,
Let me
there
tell you what. The Newhart Show had one of the best series finales ever.
Yeah.
If you remember the finale, the last episode, the last scene, it was really cool how they played that. I thought that was really, really neat. How they put him in. He wakes up like he was dreaming the whole thing, and his wife from the original Bob Newhart
Yeah, I think it was.
is in bed with him. It was pretty neat. That was a great way to end the show. That was pretty awesome.
Hi, Anthony. Welcome in.
Anthony's in the house. Anthony Manzano, good to see you. A lot of people were chiming in with like Donnie and Marie, Mary Tyler Moore. Some people were talking about, oh my gosh, they had a couple other really great ones in here that they said. And they're right. Dark Shadows was 60s, but it was still on in the 70s.
Well, that's like Robin put Saved by the Bell, and I think that inched in at like 89.
Mm-hmm.
So it went
Yeah.
into the early 90s because I watched that show religiously, but I
Yes.
figured it doesn't really count. I mean, I guess it does. Technically, it's 89,
Yeah.
but
And Tom Poston is who you're thinking of. Tom Poston.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. He was fantastic.
Yeah,
I loved him on that
so
show.
Newhart was from 82 to 90, so that was squeaked in.
Oh yeah, it's right in there.
oh
Absolutely.
yeah,
100%.
82. That's definitely
Yep.
80s.
Somebody else said Get Smart. That's another great one.
Oh my gosh, why did I
Might
not
make
think
it.
of that one?
So Melissa, what's number 10 for you?
All right, my number 10 is Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
I used to love that show.
Just sit right back and you hear a tale of a fateful ship.
Yeah, Sophie has that entire series. On DVD.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Good for her.
That's great. You raised it right.
Yes. Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh my gosh. Well, I gotta admit, it was my number 10 too. It's right there. It was my number 10, Gilligan's Island.
Wow, awesome.
Can I change my number 10?
Did you have it anywhere?
I didn't
on you?
have it anywhere.
No.
I totally missed it, and I watched every single show, so that should have definitely made my list.
Yeah.
Gilligan's Island was the most frustrating yet funny show.
Yeah.
I wanted to kill Gilligan every single week. I'm like, you idiot! But you gotta love him. How do you not love Gilligan? It's
he was a likable, frustrated. You get some characters who's like, I just can't watch.
Yeah.
But with him, it was, I don't know, you kept going back.
oh my god, he was so funny, and the skipper was probably my favorite character on the show. I really liked the skipper.
He did well.
I couldn't stand Mrs. Hal.
Oh,
I wanted to.
yeah.
Well, that's not sad. It's a family-friendly show. She was a very nice lady.
She's so
Rest her soul, right? She's with us anymore.
And then there's the big debate, Ginger or Marianne, you know?
Yeah.
Which would you pick?
Well, that show kind of went downhill when Cousin Oliver came on the island. So
Wrong show. We'll get to that one.
Double Dare. Somebody said Double Dare.
Double Dare. Oh,
yeah, that goes back. Adam's Family's another one. But for us, my number 10 was Gilligan's Island as well. I love that show. And if you guys remember, when it first aired, it was in black and white.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep. When it first aired, came on the air for the first time, which was still in the 70s, because Gilligan's Island is not a 60s show. It was black and white. Yeah, it was really neat. And then they went to color. Jeff's in the house. Don't Whip Dad is here. Good to see you, Jeff. Thanks for being here, buddy. So there you go. That's our number 10s. All right, Stacy. Pressure's on you.
9. What you got there?
So my number 9 is The Cosby Show.
Cosby Show.
That was 1984. It came out. And I watched every single episode of that show.
Yeah.
I know it's a little controversy now.
Yeah, a little bit.
I know, and that's so hard because that actually is my number 4. Stacey.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched it all the time too.
But I know I watched every episode, and anytime it was on, even if it was like a rerun, I always stopped and watched it. So I had to make my list.
Yep. I love The Cosby Show. And back in its day, it makes you sad now because, I mean, the morals in it were great, the family, and just, it was such a great show.
Let me tell you, he was the American dad.
He was,
He was, and I saw him, a friend of mine, and myself, we went to the David Letterman show, and he was the special guest that night. We were in the crowd.
Yeah.
We were part of the studio audience, and he was the special guest that night. Off the charts funny was Bill Cosby. We were laughing so hard we were crying. Stacy, that's a great pick. It's one of the best family shows maybe of all time, period.
I think
Not just the 80s, but of all time. It's fantastic. It's sad everything that went down with him, but he had a heck of a show.
Yeah, we used to watch all his specials and all
everything.
His stand-ups are fantastic.
Stand-up. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I love that. Yeah.
I love the one about Dad is great.
He
gives us chocolate cake.
R. Johns is in the house. There's Meg, Mickey's Magic.
Wait, I saw Kay.
Kay Atwood. Steve's in the house as well. Happy birthday to Steve, by the way, everybody.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday,
Today's Steve's birthday, if you can believe that.
If you can believe it. Can you believe Steve
He has
is
like
a
the
year
same
older?
birthday every year. It's crazy. I don't get it. I don't know how he does that.
Yeah.
But he's like 58 today, so happy birthday, Steve.
Moving on.
Charlie, it's up to you, buddy.
Number
What's
9.
next?
Okay. All right. So hearts, people. No. And I want to say congratulations to Meg as well. She did the the Goofy Challenge. All
Dopey
4 of
challenge.
them.
Challenge.
Dopey Challenge. She did all 4 of those runs, and
That's awesome.
she was very sore. And I know that they're run right after another. That makes it even tougher. So
I wouldn't even be
Congrats,
breathing.
Congrats. Oh, you know what? Let me say real fast hi to Donna Jaworski. Donna, good to see you, dear.
Hey,
Donna's
Thanks
in.
for being here.
Donna.
And
Woo-hoo.
Tina McNeil's in the house. Thank you all for being
Tina.
here.
Wait, I see a new name. Piggle True loves Disney.
Piggle
Welcome
True.
in.
Yes.
I love that name.
I do too. Welcome in. Thank you for being here.
Aw.
Sorry about that, Charlie. Go ahead, buddy. What's number 9 for you?
All right. So my next one. All right. So I remember this one. This one was very, very funny. I used to watch the reruns. They're still going on. But the thing about this, what made it so tough was it was hilarious, and then it was very, very serious at the same time. I'm talking about MASH. They had some
Yeah.
very, very funny shows.
Very
But
true.
then, they had some very sad shows, where Henry gets shot down over the Sea of Japan. I remember
Yeah.
I was choking up on that one. That was a very sad one,
The last, the finale too, where he spells it out with the rocks.
With the rocks, he says goodbye.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Well, for the longest time, that was the most watched television episode
Wow.
ever
Yeah, that
in
was
the
huge.
history of television.
That
Yep.
was huge.
That's my number one. I put that as my number one.
Oh, so you had that as your
Because
number one.
I watched them all, and as an adult, I appreciate it even more.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
yeah, I would be if it's on, I would watch it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had that as my number 9. That's a big contrast between 9 and
Yeah.
1. Yeah.
Well,
How about you guys? You have
I
that
had
on
a
your
hard time.
list?
MASH did not make my
No,
list.
can you believe
My parents loved MASH, but I didn't want serious as a,
Yeah,
when I
that's
was
true.
that age.
Yeah.
I just
That's
didn't.
true.
It wasn't really my thing, so I stayed away from it. But it shows you how great of a show it is because the episodes you talk about, I remember those episodes.
Yeah.
Or the episode where he's sitting at the psychiatrist and they talk about the woman in the bus that was supposedly trying to keep the chicken from making noise, and it really wasn't a chicken that was making the noise. It's tough to watch, but it was a baby, and she stopped the chicken from making the noise, but it really wasn't a chicken. It was a tough show to watch, but you're right.
Now I'm depressed.
It had, but it had
some
both.
very funny times too. Yeah.
It did. It had so much comedy.
You know the guy that dressed up in
Klinger,
the woman-
yeah.
Klinger.
Oh my
James
gosh.
Farr,
Oh yeah, Corporal Klinger. He was fantastic.
Yeah,
he
he was
definitely
funny.
Yeah, I saw episodes because my grandmother used to watch it
Mhm.
or my dad would watch it. So I
Mhm.
would sit there and watch him, but it wasn't one that I would purposely sit and watch.
Dreamer Deborah's in the house.
Hi, Deborah.
We got to talk to Dreamer
We
Deborah
sure
on the
did.
phone. We had a great time. That was fantastic. Good to see her. Deborah, hope you're having a good trip. I don't know if she's still down. I think she's still in Disney as we speak. But
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Brian.
And MASH was educational too, because now a lot of the population learned how to do a tracheotomy.
With the pen, right? With the pen.
Put the pen in the.
pen. Okay.
If your friend's ever choking,
I
bring
think
up the knife.
people eat that
Yeah.
on several medical
Is
shows.
that-
I've seen that.
And you got the pen.
Oh my gosh. Brian, thank you for that.
Yeah,
Brian
thank
with the
you,
$5
Brian.
super chat. It says Walt and Melissa present the best top tens. Thank you, Brian, for that so much. Everybody, please thank Brian for that very generous super chat. Thank you,
Thank
buddy.
you, Brian.
Oh, and hi, Mike Wheeler. I don't know if we saw you come in earlier.
Mike's in the house too. Good to see you, Mike. We got 30,
Hey, Mike.
30 watching and 33 likes. Thank you, guys.
Deborah was at Animal Kingdom today, Magic Kingdom tomorrow. Beam
Oh,
us
that's
down, beam
beautiful.
us down.
Okay.
That's what I would love. That's the one thing from Star Trek we need to figure out.
And I'll say hi to R. Johns too. Richard, good to see you, buddy. I don't know if I said hi to R. Johns or not. But Charlie, that's a great pick. One of the best TV shows of all time, period. Drama, but you're right. Had tons of comedy in it too. That's a great pick. That's a great pick. What's number 9 for you, Melissa?
My number 9 is Buck Rogers.
Did you look at my list?
No, I didn't look at your list, even though you got it right there.
That's my number 9. I'm not
Number
kidding
9
I
you.
loved Buck Rogers.
That's my number 9. Isn't
I
it?
Buck Rogers in the 25th century.
24th and a half century.
Gil Gerard.
Yeah, Duck Dodgers.
That's my number 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I loved him.
I
I
knew
loved Erin. What's her name? The actress?
Aaron Gray.
Yeah, I thought she was
Erin
so
Gray.
pretty.
Aaron Gray was
She
so
had the
pretty.
most beautiful eyes. When I was little, I used to think she was just gorgeous.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Buck Rogers was awesome. I like the episode when they had the vampire on there. Do you remember that? The vampire bites Aaron Gray's neck and she becomes a vampire too. It was awesome. It was like,
It was.
you don't remember that one?
It's crazy and it's weird. I feel like some of the shows I watched all the time, I couldn't even begin to tell, and I'll get into those, but I'm like, I couldn't even begin to tell you, but I watched them every week. I'm like, there's something wrong with me. More important things to remember, I
Candy
guess.
Mom says we can jump in the back of her truck if we have time to pack.
Awesome.
My-
He was
my-
swinging by through Maryland and
Gil
Mass.
Gerard was awesome as Buck Rogers, by the way. He was
Guys-
really cool.
Ever notice the stuntman change shots though that they ever had? That was so bad. They have Gil Gerard, and all of a sudden there's this guy in there with blonde curly hair. There's their stunt
They
guy.
didn't
and then
bother
they go
putting a
back
wig on him.
and- It was so bad.
I know, it's
That's
crazy.
hilarious.
Yeah, and I had my notes for Buck Rogers. They had space dog fights because they have a lot of dog fights with the spaceships, and then
Right.
hot space babes. So
Yeah.
yeah, Buck Rogers.
Yeah, like the one woman that was the bad guy who was really pretty too, who like had a thing for Buck Rogers. I don't
Princess
remember.
Ardala.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's awesome.
yeah, man. And Tiger Man.
Yep. Yeah, I remember. I love Buck Rogers. Can you get these shows anywhere?
You,
You can
well,
buy
we
them
can
on
talk into
DVD.
our Fire Stick and see if it comes up. Hi, Amy.
It's definitely on. It used to be on forever. It was on Saturday nights, and I used to watch them on.
Gotcha.
Aw.
Dances with Goofy says, "What was the little robot's name? Wasn't it Twiggy?"
Yeah,
Tweaky.
it was. I thought it was Twiggy.
I thought, is it Miggy or
Tweaky.
Twiggy? I thought, was it Twiggy?
Maybe I always thought it. You know, when you're kids and you hear something and you think like Uncle Traveling.
He goes beady beady.
Yeah, was it? I thought it was Twiggy, but
Hold
no,
on, I'm googling it.
we're googling it. Yes, Anthony says Hawaii Five-0 and Magnum. We'll see. Maybe they make the list. You never know.
You're right. It's Twiki. Twiki.
Twiggy.
I always thought when they said it, it was Twiggy.
I thought it was Tweaky.
No, you're right.
No, you're right. Twiki.
It
You're right.
is Twiki.
Oh, okay.
You're right.
Oh, Amy was saying Twiggy. I was like, okay.
But I always thought they were saying
Twiki. Okay, Tweaky.
because I
Twiki.
can't hear, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. So, good job, Charlie. But yeah, we had the same number 9.
Will
Are you
you
sure you
hear?
didn't
You're
hear
matching them up all so far. Look at that. You're in sync.
I didn't watch any of them.
No?
No.
That's it. Out of the room.
You're banished.
On the couch tonight.
Wait a minute, Stacy, you didn't watch Buck Rogers?
No.
It's okay.
Never.
That's all right. That's okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of a boy show,
Alright.
I guess. I don't know why. It is kind of a boy
That's
show.
not true. It is not.
Yeah, I never watched it. No.
Yeah, I guess it is. I guess Buck Rogers is a
I
good
just
show.
liked it.
Yes. Rockin' Robin. Lone Ranger. I love the Lone Ranger, by the way.
Was
but
that-
he's
I
50s
thought that
and
was like
60s.
60s.
That was
Oh, she
earlier,
said
I think.
cartoon though, so I don't know when the cartoon. We didn't do cartoons
Oh, yeah.
or like,
Yeah,
we
I
didn't
didn't
do
either.
cartoons. At least we didn't when we picked our stuff.
Yeah.
So you guys had the same number 10 and number 9?
Same number 10
Yeah.
and number 9.
Whoa.
We've been married a long time.
But we
Yeah.
didn't watch these shows.
All right, so
Whose turn is it?
Stacy. I have
Stacy's
Stacy.
number
Mine.
8, I
My number
guess.
8.
Stacy's
First, I
number
say I
8.
don't normally look like this.
Yeah, this is our 80s
This is
outfit.
the 80s look. You
I think
guys,
it looks good.
you guys
Got
dressed
makeup?
up.
He's got the.
I like
Yeah, I don't think it comes across on the
No.
TV.
I got the full
He's
eyeshadow.
got
I
blue
know.
eyes and.
Sophie's like,
You got
what
the
are you
hair with the-
doing? Yeah,
Looks
the hair.
great.
It looks
I
awesome.
knew it right
I took
away.
the Aquanet to feather it, so I stuck it up in a
Yeah.
scrunchie.
It's
And
super
Bruce
cute.
Springsteen, 80s, right? 70s.
Space Invaders. Charlie's got the Space Invaders.
Yeah.
No, we didn't prepare very well, did we?
I lived
Okay,
it.
what are we doing? 8.
There you go. 8, number 8.
Dukes of Hazzard, 1979.
Yeah, just a good old boy.
That was my number 2, Stacy.
That was your number 8?
That was my number 8.
That was my number 8 too. Look at that.
Oh, that's
Woo!
loud.
Back in bed, out of the couch.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, Stacy. It's number 8 for you. Charlie, what was it for you?
8.
Number 8.
8.
There you go, and it was number.
It's number 2 for me.
Ooh.
I watched that
Ooh.
show.
Yeah.
I wouldn't miss it if I could.
Yeah.
I didn't like it when they changed the characters, though.
Yeah, I hate the cousins.
Don't like that.
Thought of
I mean-
another one.
No,
I mean-
can't change it now.
No,
I
but I
mean-
thought of another show.
Oh.
I
can't
gotta look
change
it
it
up.
now?
No, I'm not changing it, but I don't want. I don't know.
Charlie, I don't know if you guys heard of this show. Anthony wants to know CPO Sharky. It had Don Rickles. I never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of it either.
CPO Sharky.
Yep. And unfortunately, the Dukes of Hazzard did not make my list.
Really?
I was
He
not a
hated it.
fan of the Dukes of
I like
Hazzard.
Roscoe
Really?
P. Coltrane
Peach Cold
I
Train.
love
Yeah. Roscoe's
and
awesome.
Boss Hog.
The only good thing about the Dukes of Hazzard was Daisy Duke.
Uncle Jesse.
Whatever.
That's right.
I love that show.
Catherine Bach. Yep.
Why can't
The
I?
thing is, yeah, I made a note making sure they is Bo and Luke, not the cousins. When
Yeah.
the cousins
Oh,
came, it's kind of
Oh,
Yeah.
John Schneider and the other guy, Tom Wopat.
yeah.
They were awesome. Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
were. The show was a huge hit for
Yeah.
like a good 5 years. It was a huge hit
Yeah.
for what was it, NBC or was that CBS?
Oh, I have no idea.
I want to say CBS, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you might be right. But yeah, that was a huge hit for the longest time.
Yeah, and Boss Hog, he did a great job. You know,
He was hilarious. But I'm like Melissa. If I had to pick one character on the show, I like Roscoe.
Yeah. I think everybody did.
Roscoe and Flash.
Yeah, Flash was very fun. So that was Stacy's number 8. Good pick.
Yeah, that was my number 8 too. So we can go straight to
look at
Melissa.
you. See, you guys are on the same page too. Somebody said Knight Rider, Bill and Ted. Good picks, by the way. Good picks. You never know; they might be on there.
Bill and Ted is a movie.
I loved Bill and Ted's Excellent.
Yes.
Don't even
What's
get
number
me
8?
started. Oh, my number 8. I had to just change it because I remembered something.
I just told her she couldn't change her list.
I'm changing it because I watched this show I don't know if anybody even hear of it. Do you remember Grizzly Adams?
Yes.
I think they called it The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams, and
yes,
it had
absolutely.
He lived up in the mountains and he had the bear Ben.
Yes.
Oh my God. Because that was probably one of the shows my mother let me watch as a kid because it was very wholesome.
Yeah. Hey, Crooked Fox. Crooked Fox.
But I remember, oh my gosh, I love Grizzly Adams.
I remember.
And I can't believe I forgot about it till right this minute. Probably even should be.
I remember I used to watch that too. I think it was right behind another show that I used to watch all the time. That's why I was watching it. I can't remember it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love
it. Didn't make my list. Somebody said Dallas. That's another good pick too. It didn't make my list, but I do remember Grizzly Adams. That was a good show.
Yeah, it didn't make my list either. Uncle Jesse was on that show too.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. There you go. So my number 8 is a spinoff of a television show, also in the 70s, and that's Laverne and Shirley.
Wow! Hooray!
That's my number 7.
Yep, that's my number 8.
That was my number 5.
I love Laverne and Shirley. I'm sorry, it's just a fantastic show. Penny Marshall, Cindy Williams, Lenny and Squiggy. Lenny and Squiggy are 2 of the greatest characters ever invented on television. Hello.
That was actually my number 3. Laverne and Shirley.
Lenny and Squiggy, and of course you have Carmine Ragusa.
Yeah.
Boo Boo Kitty.
Boo Boo Kitty, yes. Milk and Pepsi. Look, there you go. Milk and Pepsi. I got the Pepsi part. Milk and Pepsi and the L on the left chest or whatever. I love Laverne and Shirley. There were so many great moments on that show.
Yeah.
I watched that more as I got older, so that's why, like I said, I think I tried to pick the ones I binge watched as a kid.
I think it kind of jumped the shark when they moved to California. I think if they had stayed in Milwaukee, it might have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
And of course, once Cindy Williams left the show, even though Penny Marshall is the bigger star now, God rest her soul.
Well, they were a duo.
They were.
You couldn't have one without the
you couldn't have one without the other.
Yeah.
And I love that show. Lenny and Squiggy are so funny.
They were so funny. Yeah.
And Lenny,
Squiggy
did not care about Lenny at all. He would do anything to put himself above Lenny. It was, oh my God. That one episode where he said, "I can run faster than you," or he would throw Lenny in front of the bear. I don't remember what he said, but it's like, really? You would do that to your friend?
But they walk in the room and go, "Hello."
Yeah. They would be hitting up the line, talking about something really, really stupid, and they'd come in the door and say, "Hello."
Oh, exactly. It was. Look,
that was some of the best part.
It's dumb writing, but it's so funny.
Oh yeah, it was good.
It's perfect. It's just timing is everything, and timing is everything on that show. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, Don is right. The physical comedy they did was incredible too. Like when they were in the at the candy factory, they did kind of a take on I Love Lucy because Lucy did it too. Well, they did one like that too, and it was just so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a note of Laverne and Shirley because that was my number 3.
Aww.
I remember one of my favorite episodes on that one was "Beware the Bald Man." Remember when they were on the train with all the murders and stuff?
Yes.
And everyone's bald. The guy's dying. Say, "Beware the bald man." Everyone they look at is bald. And Shirley gets stuffed in the suitcase. Remember? She's
I remember. Yes.
Funny.
Oh, I'd forgotten about
That's
that
so
one.
funny. Yes, the pizza bowl. Everybody remembers the pizza bowl. Her dad owned the pizza bowl. At least I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah. The restaurant? Laverne's dad.
Yeah. And Dancer with Group says, dumb, but the execution was on point. Absolutely.
Yes.
So there you go. So that's my number 8. All right, Stace.
All right. Well, that was my number 7.
That was your number 7?
Yeah. So what's your number 7?
I think,
Hey,
my
G.
number 7 was Buck Rogers. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Nice.
So head on
All right.
over to
Melissa.
Melissa.
G.
right.
Wilson, welcome in. Good to see you, G. Wilson, as well.
Yeah, we'll probably have repeats.
Oh,
I
yeah.
imagine.
Yeah, we'll have some.
My number 7 was the A-Team.
18.
I love the A-Team. Love to watch it. Walt hated it.
I hated the A-Team. I'm sorry. I hope we don't get into any fights here, but oh my god,
The fool who hates the 18.
That's right.
dude! It was the
I
only
have-
show on television where they would shoot guns
I have to go. get
and
some.
nobody
I'll be right
ever
back.
got hit by a bullet.
Well, Star Wars.
The stormtroopers.
No. The bad guys would get hit, at least in Star Wars. Nobody ever hit anybody.
on the
18.
Yeah.
It was terrible. I was like, what am I watching here? These guys are terrible shots.
The
Yeah,
18,
the-
the 18 was on my list, but
It didn't
I
make my
scratched
top
them
10.
out.
Didn't
Yeah.
make my top
Yeah.
10. But the first couple of years when it was new, I thought I liked the A-Team, and it was, I liked basically the crazy guy there, who was always in the mental institution.
I can't remember any
Murdoch.
names.
I think his name's Murdoch, and
Yes.
he's the one that was funny. I used to like watching him.
Mm-hmm.
My
And,
parents used to like watching the A-Team.
I
yeah.
feel like their van always got shot up.
Maybe, I guess.
This is a picture, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this.
Up
This is it's got a glare.
I gotta get my
Me and my sister and my brother, and he's on the end, and he's got a Mr. T mask on. This is us at Halloween, and I think I'm the one on the end, and my sister's in the middle with the bonnet on her head. I don't know if you can see it. It cracks me up. So no, I'm in the
when our plan
I'm in
comes
the middle.
together.
I'm Holly Hobby, and I don't know, but I just thought it was so funny.
Yeah, I did not like the A-Team. I wasn't a big Mr. T fan. Tons of people love Mr. T. I think I like him better now, but
Clever Lang.
yeah, Clubber Lang. But A-Team did not make my list. That's not my number. That was your number 7?
Yeah.
All right. So my number 7 is a spinoff.
Another one.
The B-Team. No?
No, not from the A-Team. My number 7 is Mork and Mindy, which is
All right.
a spinoff from Happy Days as well. Mork and Mindy,
Yeah.
where we finally get to meet Robin Williams. God love him.
Oh my
I
God.
love Robin Williams. One of my favorite people of all time.
I still get teary when I think about it.
When he special guest starred, I guess I don't even know if he was a special guest star at that time, but when he was on Happy Days as Mork from Mork, it was
That was such a
so
silly episode.
funny.
That was
It's
so
like
funny.
it's like laugh out loud,
Yeah,
almost
dude.
crying funny.
The thumb power versus
when he-
the
Yeah.
when he does
the showdown of the ages.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Mork is what a great character. He just is fantastic. Pam Dauber, who plays Mindy, is awesome as well. Tom Poston's in that too.
Yep.
He was in that too. Mork and Mindy is such a great show.
It
I
got
love
weird when they had
Oh, when-
Jonathan Winters.
Right, when they had Jonathan Winters, that's when it kind of jumped the shark.
I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
That's a little too much for me. But
Yeah, but I love
oh my
Mork
God,
and
I
Mindy.
love everything Robin Williams.
Does it make your list, guys?
It didn't make mine, but I did watch all the books.
It made my honorable mention.
Yeah,
Very
mine
nice.
too. Nanu,
Nice.
nanu.
Nanu. Yep. Rest in peace, Robin Williams, for sure.
But yeah, I used to watch that every week religiously too. It's a very good show.
Yeah, I love it. That's my number 7. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Here we
Yeah.
go. Number 6. What you got, Stace?
I have Happy Days.
Happy Days, number 6.
Pick.
1974.
Ooh.
Good pick.
Okay.
Good pick.
I loved Happy Days.
All right. Yeah.
Back
Happy
to
Days was
Charlie.
awesome.
Charlie, they make the list for you?
It made my list, but that's my number 1. Happy Days was my number 1.
Wow.
Guess what?
You too?
That's my number 1 too.
It had to be number 1, right? Yeah.
Is there
Kind of a
anything?
wah, wah, wah. It's like a-
There's absolutely nothing better than Happy Days. Whether it's Richie, who was one of my favorite characters, you got Ralph Malph, you've got Potsy, you've got
Yeah.
Arnold with Mr. Miyagi as Arnold first before you get Al.
Yeah.
Pat Morita was there first, but my absolute favorite character on the show, and everybody's going to laugh at this, but my favorite character on the show is the dad, Mr. Cunningham.
Yeah.
He was good. He was good.
And
I do. I absolutely, as a dad, if there's a dad I want to be, I always wanted to be Mr. Cunningham. Even over Mr. Cosby, Dad, Father Knows Best. It was just something about Mr. Cunningham that was just, he was awesome. I loved it. And
yes,
yeah.
we do, Jim. It was Chuck.
yeah, the old Chuck.
Chuck.
Was the brother
Chuck
who was
that
on like.
disappeared after the first season,
Yeah.
or the first few episodes.
Remember Chuck, the brother, the older
Chuck,
brother, who
yeah.
they just kind of rid off and
Off
disappeared.
the college.
They didn't bring him up
Military.
again.
Yeah, but you had some great episodes on that show, and that's where the phrase "jump the shark" came from.
Yeah.
When they went out, it did. That's where it came
I
from.
know.
Because
got
they
it on
had
my
the
list
episode
here.
in California where Fonzie jumped the shark
Good.
Right.
And a
Yeah.
leather
in the
jacket,
water,
too.
and it was
On
like the
skis,
show
right?
kind of
The
went
water
downhill
ski?
from there. Yep,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that was my number one. So Stacy, that's a great pick.
Yeah, definitely my number one. Yeah, because my favorite episodes of those of Happy Days. Obviously, I like Mr. Cunningham too. I like the episode where he's a really good poker player and he goes and wins Richie's money back from those people that.
Where he gets them, he cons them. Yeah, he gets them. I remember that.
Funny.
He wins his money back, but I also love the Malachi brothers. Remember those guys?
Oh, Malachi Brothers, yes, the ones that did the and then they did the cars, the
Malachi
Demolition
Crunch,
Derby.
yeah, and then they were up against Fonzie and Pinky
Pinky
Tuscadero.
Tuscadero
yeah,
and Leather
yeah.
too. Don't forget Leather Tuscadero.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
singing, yep. That was wasn't that Joan Jett? Or was it? No?
I don't
No, it
know.
wasn't
I
Joan
don't
No,
think
it was
so.
more Joan Jett.
She reminded me of Joan Jett.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
absolutely. Love Happy Days.
Yeah.
My favorite episodes of Happy Days were always the Christmas episodes.
And we just watched the one on YouTube when they.
I just
everybody
love the
brings-
Christmas
brings
episodes.
Joni a Christmas tree, so the living room's
Yeah.
full of trees.
Yeah, whatever. You don't remember that episode where everybody, like 7 different people, bought her a Christmas tree?
Yeah, because Howard brought home the new silver
don't.
tinsel tree from the hardware store, so they had one of those silver trees, and she hated it, so everybody kept bringing her real trees.
That's
It's
something.
just it's funny because I didn't watch this till later in life with Walt, so I really didn't have appreciation of much as a kid,
Oh my
but
God.
I enjoy it now.
Fonzie, the episode where Fonzie's doing the dance-a-thon.
Oh, with Mrs. Cunningham, they
Oh my
do
gosh.
the dance competition.
No, dance-a-thon with Joni, where it's a
Oh.
24-hour dance-a-thon.
Oh no, I don't remember that one.
I remember that one. Yeah, great pick.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Charlie, what's your number 6?
My number 6. The key phrase. Sonny. I don't know if you guys remember Tom Hanks's
Bosom Buddies.
pretty much his first breakout role, Bosom Buddies.
Absolutely.
Such a
Peter
fun-
Scolari, Donna Dixon.
Oh my god!
just
I actually
Another
now that you
hottie
brought
from
that
the
up, I'm gonna
80s.
go find it and stream it. That show
That
was
show is so
freaking
fun.
hilarious.
It's my number 2.
Was it?
It was my number 2.
I know these last ones are so tough they're so
Mm.
close together and whatnot. So
I totally
Oh my
forgot
God.
about that show.
Bosom Buddies?
Yes, I used to
Yeah,
watch
that's
that
funny.
too. That was a good show.
And also
Oh.
has the older sister from Back to the Future on.
Yes,
That's
absolutely. Yeah. Bosom Buddies was so funny.
Very good.
Tom Hanks was fantastic in that role. And Peter Scolari, who really didn't make it quite obviously as big as
He's
big as
still
Tom
out there,
Hanks,
though.
but
He did okay, yeah.
he did all right.
Fine.
And Tom Hanks doesn't forget him. If you notice, if you look at some of Tom Hanks' movies,
Yep.
Peter Scolari's in the movies.
Yep.
Yeah, he's in it.
That's cool.
Yeah, he has quick cameos, but he's in them. Yep. I love Bosom Buddies. That's a great pick. That's my number 2. Did it make your
Yeah, that was awesome.
No, it actually didn't because it was one that I really didn't watch a lot, but when I did see it later on, it's hysterical. I would love us to find it and just binge watch it. I don't think it was that many seasons, was it?
What? Bosom Buddies?
Bosom
No, it
Buddies.
was only like 3 or 4, I think.
Bosom Buddies from 80 to 82. So
So
yeah,
that's
it
not
kind of
bad for sure.
it's the thing. It was kind of lost its punch, because they were pretending to be
Yeah,
women to get the cheaper rent in the women's building.
Yeah,
And that they can only go so far with that.
that's probably true.
Right.
So,
Yep. And Donna Dixon was Sonny.
Sonny, yep.
Yep. Yeah, it was a good show. Yep. Everybody else is picking some good ones. Family
Yeah,
Ties, Muppet
absolutely.
Show, WKRP, Mr. Rogers.
Yep.
Great picks. But that's a good one, Charlie. That's your number 6. What's yours, number 6?
My number 6, everybody will probably laugh at me, is the Brady Bunch. I watched that stinking show all the stupid time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Marsha. And
Sophie has the whole season.
I'll never be a teen model.
I can't help it. I know it's almost embarrassing to say it, but I watched that show. I liked when Davy Jones from the Monkees was on there.
Oh yeah.
The Monkees, that was actually another really funny
Yeah, that's
show.
a good one too.
Although there was that, I guess that was 70s, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I love the Monkees.
Brady Bunch make it for anybody else?
I crossed it off. It was on my honorable mentions
Yeah, it's on my honorable mention.
because I wouldn't watch it now.
That was 69 to 74.
That's true. We don't watch it
Brady
now.
Bunch.
We
It's
do
one of those
have
feel like,
the whole
I had my
season.
fill.
Sophie got into that too. She watched the
we have the
whole.
whole season,
Aw.
the whole series.
Yeah.
She watches it. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Cricket Fox. I don't know if we said hi to you yet.
I did.
Oh, you did. Sorry.
But yeah, I didn't like the Brady Bunch. It wasn't my. I liked the house. I thought the house was really cool.
What the hell?
But I didn't like the show.
The volcano.
I remember.
They're all kinds of. But you're right. When Oliver showed up, they ruined the show.
There you go.
Yeah,
That was awful
that
after
was-
he showed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he annoyed the heck out of me.
True.
Well, my number 6 is Magnum.
PI, yes.
Magnum
Oh,
PI.
That's on my. honorable
Tom
mention.
Selleck, who is still one of my favorite actors of all time. I absolutely love Magnum. I used to watch. You guys are gonna laugh at this. I used to watch Magnum every Friday night with my grandmother.
I watched
Really?
it
She
with
was
my
in
mother too.
she was in love with Magnum. She had
Yeah.
this giant poster. My
Yeah.
grandmother had a poster of him playing volleyball because, of course, he's a big volleyball player.
That's funny.
He was actually on He was a U.S. alternate for the Olympics one year.
Really?
He's that good. But
Wow.
he's awesome. Tom Selleck is awesome. He was going to be the original Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
He couldn't get out of his Magnum PI contract.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with Cricket Fox. She said the reboot is CRAP, and we saw the ads for it, and I just couldn't even bring myself to watch it.
I tried to watch the
reboot.
first episode. I couldn't
Was it
watch
awful? I just couldn't even.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thanks,
Couldn't
Steve.
even.
Appreciate that, buddy. I love Magnum. What's his name? TC and the other the little dude. I can't think of his name, but TC was the guy that drove the helicopter.
Helicopter.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. To know.
Yeah, I love.
Hallmark Movies and Mysteries has Magnum,
Right.
according to Pippi.
Well, of course, now
Jones.
Magnum. I don't know if you watch it, Charlie. You might like it. Jesse Stone. You
Oh,
ever watch Jesse Stone?
Stone is amazing.
No.
Watch. It's Tom Selleck. It's based on the Jesse Stone books.
It's not a series. It's
It's a mini series.
it's a mini series of different movies he's done over time, and they're all
They're all
really
based.
good.
No, but they're all based on books.
Books. Yeah.
They're all
Okay.
Jesse Stone is a book series,
Mhm.
and Tom Hanks does like a 3-hour. You know how they used to do 3-hour movies to come on Sunday nights and stuff like that. That's what
Yeah.
these are. They're Jesse Stone, and they're all Tom Selleck. They're really good.
They're really good.
Really good.
They're older now, so
Yeah. But I love
Yeah.
Magnum.
Yeah.
That's my number 6.
Higgins.
If you make my honorable mention list,
Yep.
one of my favorite Magnum PI episodes was the one where he gets the boat comes and knocks him off his kayak, and he's stuck in the
In the water bomb.
in the water for the whole episode. You'd think that would be the boringest episode, but it's my favorite episode.
It's so.
Especially at the end. It's
But
awesome.
it shows you how well of an actor he is that he could
Yeah.
carry that the whole time. He's
Yeah.
trying to stay afloat all night while they're trying to find him. And you're right. In the end, you're like, oh my God, they're not going to find him.
Yeah, and then he wouldn't. He had to. A spoiler alert, but he had to. What's his face? The old guy was about to save him, and he's like, "No, you can't do it." He had to do it in another 15 seconds to make it for his dad to come back home. Remember?
Right.
In his head.
Right.
He had to make that time limit because he was treading water. He used to go in the ocean. He used to tread water for his father, and he used to get longer and longer and longer. And then his father died in the war. Never came back, and then he was trying to. Anyways, you should see that episode. It was a really good episode.
It's a great episode. I remember it. I love it. And of course, he's got the Ferrari and the 2 dogs, the 2 Dobermans.
You're right, Cricket Flux. He is in Blue Bloods here now
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Robin had some good
Yeah.
mentions too.
Hope he watches that.
Stir and Silver Spoons.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Cotter.
Yeah. Good
A lot
show.
of good ones.
Yeah. Absolutely. So there you go. That's my number 6. All right. Top 5. We're breaking into the top 5. Stacy, who you got?
I gotta go.
All right, my 5 is Welcome Back, Carter.
Cotta.
Cotta.
Welcome back, Cotter. That's where John Travolta gets his start.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Barbarino.
Dave Kaplan. That's a great one. Welcome back, Cotter. That's a great one. I used to watch that Horse Shack.
Horseshack. Yeah.
Horse Shack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
that'd be my
I-
honorable mention.
Did it make your honorable mention?
Welcome back, Cardi. Yep.
Yeah, we had to watch my father like that as well. We watched together. We
Pulled the
saw-
mouse away from
Oh,
me.
sorry. That's a good pick. Welcome back, Cotter, for sure. And I think that was around
75.
Okay.
how
I
many
was
years? Wasn't that
young.
5 or 6 seasons?
It would.
Welcome back, Cardi. I didn't write that.
You didn't write it down.
No. I remember it was at least 3 with John Travolta, and then he took off, and then they replaced him with some blonde guy. And then it was downhill after
Yeah.
that.
Right, right.
No, you
I
can't do
remember.
that either.
Up your nose with a rubber hose. Jim. Yeah, that was the one. That's a great pick. Good pick for number 5. What about you,
I'm
Charlie?
so confused.
Charlie, what's your number 5?
Oh,
Did you
number
already
5.
say your 5?
Did I have a number 5? Oh, okay. My number 5. I don't know if I said this yet. I don't
No,
think
we
so.
have not.
No, you saw it.
I just looked at it.
Cheater. All right, so my number 5 is Three's Company.
Good pick. Come and knock on our door.
Yeah, that was 77
That
to
was,
84. Yeah, that's when he's, John Ritter and Suzanne Summers. Well, Suzanne Summers for a little bit. And then,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
then they got
Joyce DeWitt.
Joyce DeWitt, yep. And
And then the landlord,
Jack Tripper, or John Ritter. He was like one of the
Mhm.
funniest sight gag
Yeah.
actors out there. He was
Oh, yeah.
always killing them.
That's another sad-
For physical comedy, him and Dick Van Dyke are probably 2 of the best.
Exactly. Yep.
I miss John Ritter. Another sad going too soon.
Yeah.
I love John. I actually cried when John Ritter passed away.
Yeah.
I love John Ritter because Three's Company for me was number 4 on my.
Hey,
I had it for number 2.
did you?
Yeah.
Mine's
Uh,
number 2.
It's funny, but
Yeah.
you wouldn't think Suzanne Summers would make a big impact on that show, but she actually did. I thought
Yeah.
she was
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
great on that show. I
Yeah.
still think he made the show, but the 3 of them had such
Yeah,
great
good
chemistry.
Is it Mr. Roper?
Mr. Roper and Mr. Farley. Don't forget
And
Mr.
Mr.
Farley.
Farley later
Yes.
on. Yeah.
They
Oh,
also
Lord.
made the show, too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
but
Mr.
the other,
Roper.
what's her
Mr.
name? The
Roper.
girl that followed, not the second one, but the last one. I can't remember her name. She was pretty good too. She did well.
They did. I think they did
They
well.
all
I
did
remember
very
watching
well.
it, and I remember not hating the new person.
Right.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes you'll get a replacement or something like that, and you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they were. I agree. I thought, and yes, John Ritter is Tex Ritter's son. I did know that.
And like Lady Jamers said, his son's an actor too. We've seen him in all kinds of stuff. He looks just like his father.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, I'd rather Mr. Furley or Mr. Roper. Mr. Roper.
Yeah.
yeah, I like Mr.
Nor-
Roper too.
Norman Fell was so
Mm-hmm.
awesome as Mr. Roper. He was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Mrs. Roper was funny
Yeah,
too.
She was funny.
They were
She
funny
was.
together.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my number 5.
That's a great pick. That was my number 4. Yep. Good pick.
Awesome.
What about you, Mel? Number 5?
It's another embarrassing one. Alf. I love.
Oh.
Hide the cat.
I had all the cheese.
Hide the cat. That's
Yes. Oh my god. I watched Alf religiously. What a corny, silly show, but my god, he cracked me up.
true. Oh my gosh.
I'm just like want to hide under the desk to give my picks because it was so funny.
Mm. I never
A
watched
little bit,
Alf.
I watched it,
Did you?
but it didn't make my list.
Yeah,
It probably doesn't make most people's
It
list,
didn't
but
make my
I
list.
watched it it was one of those I couldn't miss as a kid, so that's why I had to put it on my list.
There you go. Cricket Fox liked it. She said,
Oh,
"Oh my god, I
thank you,
love that
Cricket
show." There you go. Amy,
Oh, see, Amy liked it too. Okay.
Amy had an Alf doll.
Feeling a little better.
There you go. All right.
I had
Russ
it.
loved Alf too. Yay, Russ.
See, there you go.
I bet you Avery would find it funny.
Yeah.
Oh, Yeah.
Right? That'd be an Avery show.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember, Brian.
Brian
Is that
asked-
real trivia, or are you trying to make fun of me?
Brian wants to know if anybody knows Alf's first name.
Oh, see, Piggle True likes Alf too. See, now you guys made me feel
Not
bad.
Herbert.
I don't know. Mister?
Well, Alf was an acronym, wasn't it?
Yeah, for something, I thought.
So,
Alien life form.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
alien life form. Yep.
so his first name was Alien.
Yeah. Oh, Gordon Alf. he said.
Oh, it was, wasn't it, Gordon?
Yeah. Well, my number 5, I don't know if this one will make anybody's list, but my number 5 was Night Court.
It was my
Oh,
own.
I love that show.
I used to watch that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Night Court. I love Harry Anderson. I think that's what his
Yeah.
name was.
Bull.
And Bull. You had Bull, but John Larroquette makes
Yes.
the show.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I used to
As
like
the attorney.
Such a schmuck.
He was such a womanizer schmuck, but he was
Yeah.
so funny.
Marky
Yeah.
Post.
Yeah.
Marky
She
Post was
good
on the
too.
show too.
That was a really
Dan
funny
Fielding.
show.
His name was Dan
Yes,
Fielding.
Dan Fielding.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Night Court was so funny.
Yeah, that
It
was on my
so
honorable
funny.
mention list.
Yeah. We used to watch that. That used to be.
You used to
a
watch that all the
family
time.
thing to
Yeah.
watch.
I didn't
My
even think of
parents
that
like
show.
that too.
Yeah.
I watched it, but truthfully, I can't really
I
remember.
got to
much
watch
about
that
it.
at my dad's house.
Yeah. I loved it. I can play the bass part of the Night Court thing. There you go.
Oh, that's cool.
I used to, and I love Night Court. It was Cosby, Family Ties, Cheers, and Night Court.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
It was like a Thursday night thing. It was like
Nice.
a juggernaut on Thursday nights, man. You were not
Yeah.
beating NBC on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Cosby, Family Ties, Cheers, and Night Court, and it was like, why?
That was
Yeah, I don't even know why the other channels are even around on Thursdays.
Well, that's what TGIF became too, right?
Yeah.
It was like all the good shows Thursday. Those networks just.
Fridays. That's
Yeah.
F.
No, I know, but
Oh.
I said that just like Thursdays.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say it again, Walt. There you go. But I did. I love that show. I think Night Court was a lot of fun. Did that make anybody's list?
Night Court, no.
It did not make the
Honorable
list.
mentions. Just because I couldn't watch it religiously.
All right, number 4, Stacy. Give us a good one.
I have Roseanne. 19.
Oh, I kind of forgot about Roseanne.
There
I
you
watched
go.
every single one of the episodes.
I've never really watched Roseanne.
I gotta admit, I've never seen Roseanne.
I think
Isn't
I've
that
seen
terrible?
a couple episodes.
Really?
I mean, it was such a big show for about 5 or 6 seasons. It was huge.
Yeah.
Isaac Nail, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Isaac.
Roseanne
But I-
came on right as the Cosby Show was fading. I think it went straight to Roseanne was like the next big show,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was almost like the opposite of it. You know, you had the Cosbys that were like this, this
family,
immaculate family with all these good values, and then you
Morals,
had
yeah.
Roseanne, which was like totally opposite, where she's
Right.
it's the
smoking, beer
she-
drinking.
that type of thing,
Hoodlum
where it's
kids.
more like another type of family type of thing.
It's true. Kind of the exact opposite of the
Yeah.
Cosby family in a lot of ways. But it was such a huge hit.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
I
was.
mean, it was
I
really.
think
That's
it's
why they
more
came back. With,
reality,
oh
more
yeah,
reality.
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Than the Cosby Show.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, I agree 100%. It did not make my list. Did it make your list?
No, because I never really watched the show.
Yeah. What about you, Charlie?
Roseanne didn't. Roseanne made my honorable mention list.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So, Charlie, what's your number 4? Did we already say it?
Did you
I
already
think
say
we
it?
did my number 4, which was no, we did not.
Oh.
Ooh. This one is another one that goes under the category of space dogfights, pyrotechnics, and space babes. We are talking Battlestar Galactica.
Galactica. Yeah, good pick. Let me say hi to Ray, Disney Circus Girl. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Sorry you can't sleep, dear.
Oh,
Thank
and
you,
hi,
guys.
Chef too. Joe with Dad's here.
But Battlestar Galactica.
The original series, not 1980, and
it's
the
great.
new, the latest one is not that bad, but I'm talking about the original one back in 70, 78,
Oh yeah,
79.
Lauren Green.
Lauren Green, Dirk
Oh, yeah,
Benedict.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dirk Benedict. Yep, absolutely. I love that show. That was a lot of fun.
That was a big event when that first came out. They had them little mini series first, and then
The Cylons.
Yeah, I love that show actually.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I watched the later one with you a little
Yeah.
bit. I
Yeah,
never
the later
watched
ones,
the original one.
Watching Battlestar Galactica today, you could see how campy it was and how soap opera-ish it was.
Right.
And it almost makes you gag at spots, but I remember I loved it when I was a kid, so that's why I had to, I had to write it down, and I used to watch it. That's another program that on Saturday nights used to be back to back Buck Rogers, Battlestar Galactica for
Yes.
forever.
Because I remember watching Buck Rogers and I'd be like, Battle, and I'm like, I don't want to watch that. I don't know why.
I love Battlestar Galactica. I
It's
thought it was
funny that
awesome.
they had two similar spacey shows on back to back though.
Yeah, and they all came out right around Star Wars. I think they were all in that Star Wars
True.
stuff.
That was the
Yeah.
hype.
And what was it? Apollo's son had the little robot dog.
Boxy, yeah, Muppet.
Boxy. That's his name. Boxy. Yep.
And you're right, Kay. Starbuck is supposed to be a guy, unlike the new version where they made it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're always changing that stuff up.
Katie Sackhoff did an okay job. She was okay.
Yeah.
But I like Dirk Benedict as Starbuck a lot better.
Good
Yeah,
night,
me
Candy
too.
Mom. Thank
Good
you.
night,
for
Candy
being
Mom.
here.
Thank you for being here. Take
Good night,
care.
Candy Mom.
All right, so that's Charlie's number 4. What's your number 4?
We already did my number 4. It was the Cosby Show.
Oh, all right.
Ooh.
Well, my number 4 was Three's Company. So we're moving right along now.
Hey,
Okay.
how about you? Number 3.
Well, I
Number
just
3.
gotta say that I don't think my family watched spacey stuff.
No.
'Cause we never watched Buck Rogers. We never watched Battlestar Galactica. And the only reason why I got into the newer one was because of you.
Back on the couch.
So yeah.
No.
Okay, so my number 3, we're on 3.
Oh,
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah, of course.
that's my number 2.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Was that on your list?
No, again, I watched it occasionally.
Mm.
Was one of those I really wasn't allowed to watch, so I'd have to sneak it in.
Johnny
Really?
Fever.
Dr. Johnny Fever.
Oh, my
yeah.
gosh. That was
Yeah.
so. I love WKRP in Cincinnati. That's where Lonnie Anderson got her start.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great show. I watched it occasionally. It didn't make my list. I would watch it occasionally. But it had, again, it was one of those things where they had certain episodes that everybody remembers those episodes.
The turkey one.
The turkey drop. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the radio station bomb scare one. That was one of my favorites. That's like a 2-parter. That
Yeah,
was
I agree.
Yeah. It's,
That's so cute.
yeah, we actually just purchased seasons 2, 3, and the final one 4. So
Yeah.
we're working our way through that actually right now. So
Oh, wow.
and Sophie's
said-
watching it with us.
Oh, nice. Ray says on the subject of Buck Rogers, her mom nicknamed her Twiggy
That's
after the
so
robot because she thought she
cute.
ran like him when she was a toddler.
That's so cute. Oh, this is a good pick, Russ, too. He came up with the Hulk.
Oh, Incredible
I remember
Hulk. Bill
watching
Bixby.
that, too.
That's a
Yeah,
great one.
That was a good one.
That's a good one, too. So, Charlie, who was that was your number 3, WKRP?
Mine.
That was her
Stacy.
number 3.
Yeah.
And that was my number 2 actually.
Okay.
What's your number 3, Charlie? What you
My
got?
number 3 was Laverne and Shirley, which you already
Oh,
mentioned,
right.
I believe. Yep.
Very nice. What was yours, Mo?
I have a different one. Another one that maybe people will laugh about. Different Strokes.
Yay!
What you talking about, Wills?
I always watch
Yeah.
that.
What you talking about, Melissa?
I watched that one
Oh,
too.
I love
Different
Different
Strokes made an honorable mention. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Different Strokes was a lot of fun. It's sad, but you know what? Everybody from Different Strokes is gone now.
Wow.
Really? They all really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the main characters, yeah.
Willis was gone too.
Who?
Willis.
Willis?
Oh, yeah. He
I
died.
think he OD'd. I think
I
he
think he-
and Dina or whatever.
They
all
yeah. Dana
Oh.
Plato.
did. Dana, she OD'd.
And I know Gary Coleman passed away. I
Yeah,
think they're
I love
all
that.
He
unfortunately
had,
gone.
he had kidney and liver. He had a liver disease or a kidney disease.
Yeah.
Something new.
So he passed of that.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, it is. It is. But that was a fun show.
That's sad. Wow.
Yeah.
But you know what? That was groundbreaking too because you had interracial,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mhm.
themes there with
Yeah.
a white dad and 2 African American sons. But it's a great show. It was
Yeah, it was
a lot
great.
of fun. And for being a comedy, it really touched on some tough themes from time to time. I mean, I remember the one episode where they had with the guy that was the child molester.
Yes.
Do you remember that episode?
I do.
When it was
No.
Arnold and his friend,
Yeah.
and the guy owned the bike shop.
And he would take him down in his basement area.
Yeah,
or whatever.
that was a hard episode.
That was a hard episode.
But for a comedy show that's supposed to be
very serious.
that was a serious episode. I remember that. But I love Different Strokes. That's a good show, Melissa, for sure. But it didn't make my list.
Good.
Yep, it's a good.
That's
one.
another show where they their ratings start going down, so they bring in another kid, the little redhead.
Yes, Sam.
They ruin that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Darn
All these,
Sam.
someone should put all these people together with like Scrappy Doo and.
Right?
It's true. Well, now Donna's saying Todd Bridges is still alive.
Oh, okay.
See, I thought Todd Bridges passed
I
away,
thought
but
he
maybe
did too.
okay, he's 54.
Thank
Okay,
you,
so he's
Donna.
good. I'm glad. Okay.
We thought they all
Good.
Yeah. But my number 3, nobody has mentioned yet. I think it's one of the best shows ever. It is definitely one of the funniest, and it's got one of my favorite characters of all time. That's the Jeffersons.
Yeah, I don't think anybody even mentioned it in the chat.
George Jefferson is one of my, and Florence, the maid.
Oh yeah.
What great chemistry between the two of them and the fighting, and Wheezy, the wife.
She was funny. Yeah.
Mr. Bentley upstairs.
Yeah.
I love the Jeffersons. George Jefferson was so funny. He was so another one of those shows that I don't know that it works today with all the racial animosity between.
Yeah.
You could tell, but it's so funny. It is so funny. I love the Jeffersons.
That was an honorable mention for me. Yep.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites of all time. Did you know that Sherman Hemsley never married his entire life? He was a bachelor his entire life.
Wow.
Yeah,
I did not
he
know that.
never married in his entire life. But yeah, and Donna's right. Well, we're moving on up. It was a great song.
Yeah, that's another. I remember watching that show it was on right after All in the Family, right? In the
Yeah,
Jeffersons.
and it was a spin-off.
Yeah, I used to watch that.
Yes, and that's another spinoff. I forgot. All mine are spinoffs. The Jeffersons is a spinoff of All in the Family because they were originally on there
Yeah.
as his neighbors.
It was a very funny show. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was wicked funny.
Yeah. I used to watch that show. I used to be upset when it was over. I'm like, darn, the episode's over already.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, there you go. That's my number 3.
It was a good one.
All right, Stace, number 2. I don't know if we already said them or not.
My number 2 is Three's the Company.
Okay.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we said all mine too, since my number 2 is WKRP and my number 1 was Happy Days. So
Okay.
But I
Yeah,
did have
my number
honorable
2
mentions and
was-
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're going to go over
Yeah.
them in just a minute. What was your number 2?
It was Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard?
Woohoo!
Okay, but Melissa's going to have a different number 1, so we're going to get there. Get to
Someone
that.
did mention that in the chat, though, other than you having the one that nobody's mentioned the Jeffersons that I could see. So that was
Yeah.
definitely one that everybody missed.
Yeah, so my number 2 was Bosom Buddies. So,
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. And then, Stacy, what was your number 1?
Mine was MASH.
Number 1 was MASH.
Number 1 was MASH. Huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Charlie, your number 1 was again?
Happy Days.
Happy Days, right. Me too. That was my number 1. But Melissa's got a different number 1.
Someone did mention it in the chat. This was my most favorite show when I was 3 years old. I would stand in front of the TV and dance my little butt off, and it was The Muppet Show. That's why I'm such a fan of The Muppet Show. Oh my gosh.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights.
Yeah.
There were so many good shows
Yeah.
mentioned too. I'm sure we had a lot of honorable mentions, but The Muppet Show will forever be in my blood.
Yeah.
I love everything
definitely.
Muppets, even when it's not great. So.
We used to watch that too, yeah.
All the time.
yeah.
All the time. The Muppet Show was fantastic. We watched it. My family watched it religiously as well. It's just so funny. It was just different. It was adult humor in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
but not. You know what I'm saying? It could
Yeah.
work today. It really could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Henson and Frank Oz, those guys were geniuses. They really were.
Yeah.
Russ is rewatching all of the Muppet Show right now. I have the first 2 seasons that we got on DVD ages ago. But
And-
I would love to get all of them.
And there you go. Ray says it. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do.
That's the best.
It really for something that's really nothing. It's so funny. I love the.
Is
You
the
guys-
Muppet Show available on Disney Plus?
No.
It's not. Wait, they have some of the Muppet movies. They don't even have all of the Muppet movies.
Yeah.
Last time I
Oh,
checked. Yeah, there's some that are missing, and they don't have the TV shows there yet.
You would
Just
think
some of
they
them.
would be.
They have Great Muppet Movie, Great Muppet Caper. They didn't have Muppets Take Manhattan last time I checked. They have the two newer ones that and Disney Muppet Treasure Island,
Yeah.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yep.
And I think that might have been it.
Yep.
A couple of like maybe the TV ones they did at Christmas,
So fine.
but they're missing some. Oh, I know. Thank you, Margaret. That's his chickens, Margaret.
So there you go. That's our top 10. Stacy, run down all of your honorable mentions. Who do you have on your honorable mentions list?
I have Alice. Do you guys remember?
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
All the time. Yeah,
I
Mel's
I
Diner.
love that show.
Yep. Flo. They had Flo on there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiss my
Kiss my
grits.
Just love it. Family Ties.
Yep.
Benson.
Oh yes.
Yes. I almost
Absolutely.
made my top 10.
Benson's a spin-off of Soap.
Love
Yeah.
Benson.
Yeah. I didn't see Soap until you introduced me to Soap.
Yeah, we have the entire series set. I
Series?
introduced it
Cool.
herself. That was such a funny.
That
That
was
was such
good.
a funny show.
That was.
Yeah. Good Times. Sanford and Son.
Yep.
Yes.
Red Fox.
Yes.
Yeah. Sanford
I
and
could never
Son.
get into Sanford and Son.
We used to.
I only watched it, period. He was just funny, be like, Elizabeth.
I'm coming.
Well, as soon as I heard that
It's the big one.
the music, I would change the channel.
Yes, that's I used to too, Charlotte. I'm like, oh, there's the red truck.
Take care, Cricket Fox. Thank you for being here.
Good night.
Good night, Cricket Fox.
And then Donnie and Marie. That was always.
Oh, I love the Donnie and Marie show.
And I used to watch the Bozo the Clown rerun.
Oh God, that's a New England thing. Oh my God, Stacy, he would drive me crazy.
Oh, it was on as I was getting ready for high school, and I
I
used to
love
watch
it.
it.
Most people
It's
don't
not
have any idea who Bozo is. I don't
Everybody
think.
knows who Bozo
You
the
know,
Clown
I
is.
thought it was a New. Oh, no, it wasn't him. There's another clown. You
Clarabelle?
guys know Willie Whistle.
Willie Whistle.
He was up in like one of the New England channels. I always get him and Bozo mixed up.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
They're all clowns. They're a bunch of clowns.
we can't forget
Ross,
Sesame
that's not good.
Street, right? Sesame Street. We all.
Oh,
grew-
absolutely.
Oh yes.
That was in the 70s. Those are the ones I could think of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charlie?
My honorable mentions. Yeah, I had a couple that I wanted to conclude on my top 10, but then I couldn't whittle it down. So,
Yeah.
but these ones ended up off the top 10 list. Taxi, remember
Yeah.
him?
Oh
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
watched
That was
Taxi.
the Christopher Lloyd was on that, and Andy Kaufman. We got he was like a big
Yep.
show for him.
Yeah.
Vodka, he was funny. Honorable mentions. Yeah, Different Strokes we already talked about. The A-Team, Knight Rider with David Hasselhoff.
Oh,
yeah.
remember that?
Yeah, my parents watched
With
that.
Kit, remember? Kit was
Yep.
a big,
Yes. the
big
top
deal for a
one.
couple of years there.
Yep.
$6 Million Man. Remember
Yep.
$6 Million Man? Lee
I
I
do.
Majors.
never watched that. I never watched
Him, he
that.
fights Sasquatch and he fights all the fembots. And
Yep.
I call them fembots. They weren't fembots.
I know what you mean.
And then The Incredible Hulk with Lou Ferrigno and Bill
Mhm.
Bixby.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I was I think I was 7 at the time, we were going over to England and visit my family over in England. And the big story was the kids used to tell each other to scare each other. The kids used to say that if you go to the bathroom, the Incredible Hulk will come out of the toilet and get you. That's what they used to tell each other over in England back in the 70s. So.
Oh my God.
And then my other honorable mentions, you said Alice, Welcome Back Kotter, Brady Bunch, Mork and Mindy, The Odd Couple,
The
with,
Odd
Yes.
Couple, yes.
I
All
had
in
them
the
down
Family,
too.
And the family, yeah.
Jefferson's Family Ties,
Yeah, definitely Family Ties.
and Cheers. Obviously, Cheers was a big one. Which
Yeah, my
was-
parents.
Mhm, Cheers. Yep.
Married with Children skimped in at 1987 that came in, so I didn't
Okay.
really. But
It works. It's
I liked
80.
that show. Yeah, and then Magnum PI, and yeah, that's what I had.
Yeah.
Well, my honorable mentions, I had Cheers,
Yep.
Battlestar Galactica, The Love Boat. I really,
Oh,
I like
yes.
Oh,
I love The
man.
Love Boat.
Fantasy
Rockford
Island?
Files.
Oh, Fantasy Island. That's right, too.
The Rockford Files, Heart to Heart, Benson,
Oh,
Charlie's Angels,
Oh,
Benson.
yeah.
Moonlighting,
Yes, Moonlighting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. With,
F Troop, if you remember F Troop, Starsky and Hutch,
Oh, Starsky and Hutch.
Wonder Woman,
I'm crossing
Yeah.
off the
Linda
ones
Carter.
The Hardy Boys,
Hardy
Oh,
Boys,
that's right.
yes.
Sean
and,
Caffrey
and Nancy Drew. I used to have a crush on Nancy Drew, but
Yeah.
and The Muppet Show.
I have a couple that weren't mentioned, so I crossed all the ones that we already said. And I know I said this one in the chat that was the monkeys, Silver Spoons,
Monkeys, yes.
and then Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah, somebody said Captain Kangaroo.
Oh, I
earlier.
missed it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
good
as far
job.
as it wasn't ones
Yes.
we talked about.
Welcome in, being the girls.
I guess Romper Room was a big one too.
Somebody
right?
said that. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Remington.
Oh,
I
Steele,
see
Agnew, Lacey.
Melissa and I see Walt.
I never heard my name. Of course, I don't watch it a lot, so that could be why.
There's some great picks.
I would like the Electric Company way over.
Electric
Did we say
Company.
Beverly Hillbillies?
Nope, Beverly Hillbillies was
Oh,
not.
Beverly
yeah.
Hillbilly.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's funny because the Electric Company was actually really cool. That was like a PBS channel thing at the time. And that's where Morgan Freeman got his start.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
And remember they
The
used to have
words
just,
and-
yeah, and they used to have the little
Oh,
like
yeah.
2-minute, the little 2-minute Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Spider-Man,
I
yeah.
remember that.
Yep. Or they used to
They used to
do the they used to do the at
Yeah,
Cat.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good show.
Park.
It was phonics. The problem is they're not doing phonics anymore. They need to go back to that.
Yeah, we're not allowed to do that anymore. Dumb. All right.
Hi, Ruby and the girls. Welcome in.
Yep. D&G Explorers, Barefoot
D&G,
Adventures.
welcome.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. We are just finishing up our top 10 70s and 80s television shows, but we're not done because we are going till 9:30. We got 15 minutes left, guys. So now we're going to throw some questions at you.
Okay.
Just a few. Some fun stuff, me being nosy, but also because we're going to have some fun stuff. So I'm going to ask both of you, favorite Disney resort to stay at? What's your favorite Disney resort?
To date.
To date, so far that you've stayed at.
All right. I want to say, I know you're going to kill
I know what
me.
you're gonna say.
Animal Kingdom Lodge, Safari Room with the bunk beds is my favorite resort
Yeah,
because the balcony is like huge for me.
Mm-hmm.
In the morning, we go out and I would have my coffee by breakfast, and at night we'd end the day on the balcony, so it's like a de-stressor.
Mm-hmm.
And with the animals, it's just so relaxing.
for balconies, I would agree with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely the Animal Kingdom Lodge for balconies because we had some pretty cool balconies
Oh
there.
yeah,
If you can get safari where you see the animals, not where you're seeing just grass.
yeah.
You can
Or
actually
you can just
see
get
the
bed
animals and
bugs,
it's
and they'll
awesome.
put you wherever you want.
But as for resorts, my favorite resort is the Boardwalk.
yeah,
Nice.
The Boardwalk for location, and they have a
Right.
pretty cool pool, and then they have the whole boardwalk. Jeez,
right, right.
There's
No,
only
I'd love to
things
stay
there.
there.
Yeah, those are my top two.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I agree. We've stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge and had the Savannah View as well. We went all out one year. With our TVC points, we got a 2-bedroom villa.
Ooh,
It was like 2 full. It was like 3 full bathrooms.
That was our first
It was-
DVC stay.
Oh
we
my
were
gosh,
like,
it was
did
incredible.
we take a wrong turn?
We had like a Savannah View. It's true. We were like, are we supposed to be here? But it was pretty
We're
awesome.
used to staying in all-star music,
But-
so I was like,
But our favorite, well, my favorite is Wilderness Lodge.
that's my favorite too.
Yeah, we like that one too. That was
Yeah.
cool.
yeah.
We absolutely loved it. And then I fell in love with it even more when we went back at Christmas this year.
Pretty
It
true.
was
Yeah.
so incredible. So, but we want to stay at the boardwalk. Melissa really wants to stay at the boardwalk bad. So,
Yeah,
I know we didn't even go to the boardwalk for the first time until a couple trips ago. So probably within the last 2 years. I was like, I never
Mhm.
thought I would care about it, but I love it. And that great
Yeah.
pizza window's there and the ice cream place.
yeah.
And
By the way, the pizza window right there on the boardwalk, that's good pizza.
it is good pizza.
Yeah.
We think it is.
I think it's awesome.
The bakery's
There's
got
a lot, yeah. If you
stuff
do,
too.
when you guys do stay there, make sure you walk around. There's lots of courtyards and there's lots of
Nice.
little places where you can just chill and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
awesome. Lots of
Nice.
views.
Nice.
You know, the
Yeah.
Brookharts love hanging out that place too. There's
Yeah, you'll
lots
see
of
them there.
there's lots of views we can oversee stuff. That's what's great
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah. So, favorite restaurant at Walt Disney World?
Oh, that's easy. Tepanidu,
Yeah,
Epcot.
Tepanito is our favorite because it's entertaining and Avery absolutely loves it and
Aw,
The food is excellent.
it is good.
Yeah, we've had it too.
Mhm.
Quality of the food is excellent.
hearing the kids laugh. I think it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And we definitely you get we're lucky that we like the food there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not for everybody, and they have a limited menu, I guess. They have it's basically scallops, chicken, steak, shrimp, and
with the noodles and vegetables.
Yeah,
And rice.
pretty
and
much
salad.
different versions of that. So
Yeah.
because it's all we're talking about where they cook in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hibachi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hibachi.
it's hibachi grill. It's
They're kinda
fantastic.
limited to that. So
It's excellent. I
Yeah.
feel like it's the I don't know, the cleanest food. I don't know.
well, because you're seeing there.
I don't know why.
Watch
Well,
them
they're
cook
lit-
it.
yeah, I mean,
You
they're
know
literally
not doing
making it.
anything to it.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Yeah.
literally cooking it right in front of you. It's all, but
It's
they
just
also
very
put on a
fresh.
show for you though too. It's
Yeah,
an
exactly.
experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not just sit down. It's an experience. You're getting a show.
Yeah.
That was our first hibachi experience,
Mhm.
and we've been to others since. Like we had never even, and we were worried that they wouldn't like it, but it's one of our favorite places to go as a family. Like we'll go to one that's here in Maryland, but the experience is so much better at Disney than anywhere else. Everywhere else you go, it's a lot shorter. Like Disney, they stacked that little onion thing up so tall.
Yeah.
If you go to any hibachi locally, they'll put like 3 onion rings on top of it. And it's not nearly as extensive.
Mhm.
All little hidden Mickeys.
Yeah, exactly. But they do a much better job with the performance at Disney, and
Yeah.
we've been hooked on hibachi ever since, and that was ages ago.
Yeah. That's a good pick. Charlie, what's your pick for your favorite restaurant?
I'm agreeing
It's
with
the
that
same
one.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a must do every trip now.
It used to be
That's
used to be
cool.
Le Cellier,
Yeah.
That's mine.
Another good one.
That's
But,
mine.
the last time we went there, the ribeye was more fatty than
Oh.
I would like it,
Okay.
and I just find myself not being able to eat as much anymore. So it's just I can't enjoy it as much because I'm just not eating as much as I used to. And
The room makes me feel like I'm on a boat. I have no idea why.
Oh, it's so
I
stark.
feel like the room is moving, and
Interesting.
then I get nauseous, and then I can't eat.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well,
It's
there's a
happened
lot
the
of
last 3 or
movement
4
going
times.
on. The space is very small,
Yeah,
and I
it's a-
feel like there is a lot of
it is.
movement going. That's probably why, because I
Yeah.
agree with you. Our last experience, we had a tiny little table for 2 people that was sandwiched in between 2 other tables.
Yeah.
And we had servers walking by us constantly.
I
But
don't
That-
like it when they do that.
No.
me either.
The food
But I'll be
was
honest
great.
with you. The food, it's the best steak I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
For me, it is. I always get the filet.
Yep.
The filet mignon. I always get that. It's always perfect. It's just
Yeah.
that simple for me. It's always perfect. I've never had even remotely even a okay steak there. It's always been fantastic for filet. I don't get the prime
Yeah,
rib.
that's true. We tend to get the same thing.
Yeah,
We've
we-
eaten there 3 times, and all 3 times we've got filet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But but I mean, I've gone other places and gotten the same thing, and it wasn't as good. They always knock it out of the park.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I get the filet at Tepanidu, and
Mm,
so far it's been excellent every single time. We've eaten it how many times? 3 or 4 now.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Do you guys usually get the same thing when you go there, or do you mix it up?
Yeah, I get the same
Oh,
thing.
it's the
I
same-
mixed it up. I've gotten the scallop. I've gotten
Okay.
I've gotten the steak. and I've gotten the shrimp.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
Everything's
All right.
good.
So next question for you guys:
Ooh.
favorite ride at Walt Disney World? What's your favorite ride?
That's not fair.
All right.
Too many.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
top
say-
3?
Yeah, or top 3.
Top 3.
All right. Well, for wow factor, it'd be Flights of Passage.
Mm-hmm.
Flight of Passage. Yeah.
That would be mine. I can't wait to do the Star Wars one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's going to be my favorite.
Yeah.
And then flights would be down at 2. I mean, everyone says it. The People Mover, the Transit Authority.
You like that one too, yeah.
You know, that's very relaxing. It
is.
gives you that feeling that I'm here, I'm on vacation, I can relax, and you just get to see everything, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So those are my top 2.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of ties for third.
Yeah.
What about you, Charlie?
My top one is probably still Splash Mountain. I just like the storytelling in it, and it's just a great ride. But I like definitely Flight of Passage as well.
Mhm.
So many good rides.
Mm.
It's just
It's hard to pick.
yeah, it's definitely hard to pick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I know. For me, it's always Haunted Mansion's my favorite ride. I just
Yeah, that'd be tight. That'd be my.
It's
third.
not the best ride at Walt Disney World, but it's my favorite ride.
Look at too.
Classic. It's just so unique. There's nothing else like it really in any other park, period. And I just love the Haunted Mansion. That's number 1. But the best ride is Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
You guys are going to...
I can't wait.
It's going to be...
Rub it in.
It's going to blow you...
It's
you
incredible.
get off that ride and you're like, what just
Wrong
happened?
button.
It's
I meant to go
really...
this one.
It's
Yeah, I'm
pretty
seeing
awesome.
It is.
7 more months to
I
wait.
mean, we watched vlogs on it.
Yeah, we watched it. We're
And
gonna love it.
We were
Obviously.
blown away just by watching the video, and we're so
Yeah.
excited to go on it. So I already know I'm gonna love it.
It's nothing like it. Nothing
Yeah,
like it.
I-
Yeah. All right. What about you, Melissa?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, same.
same. But although I am a big fan of Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yes.
Yeah, see, that would be tied with my Haunted Mansion.
Spaceship Earth. Also,
Yes,
I love
Spaceship
that.
Earth. Love Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
not looking
It's
forward
gonna
to
be
that
down
shutting
when we're down there.
2 years, I'm gonna die.
Yep. Donna's got some good ones. There you go. Donna's got all 3 good ones right there.
Yep, People Mover also.
Yeah,
More
yeah,
Switchbird,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's,
Yep. She's
Yeah.
got good ones.
that.
And
Those,
Living
all
with the
those
Land,
rides-
someone else mentioned, which I love too. Living with the Land.
Yeah. Yes, that's another one. All
You
of
notice
those
some of mine are scary.
rides-
Man,
Too many.
So-
I know.
I do want to ask one last question, you guys. This is kind of a tough one.
Okay.
And you may, if you don't have an answer, I totally get it. But if you could take one ride from another park and bring it to Walt Disney World, just up and transplant it over, what ride would you want to bring to Walt Disney World?
Does it have to be a Disney park ride, or can it be any theme park?
It could be any theme park, but let's go any theme park. It doesn't matter.
So the only thing that I would say would be comparable would be Alice Adventure or Universal Studios. So I would
Right.
want to pluck one of those rides.
Yeah, I'm thinking Escape from Gringotts, maybe.
Okay.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a very good one.
Yeah.
I do like the Jurassic Park too. Or King Kong. I like King Kong as well.
We haven't
I'm not
seen those
that
yet.
big on King Kong.
You
That
haven't
King
been
Kong.
any.
The original King Kong was cool, but not
Yeah.
this the new King Kong.
Yeah, the
It's all
original
right.
King Kong would be really cool to bring back. That'd be good.
But to bring over to I don't know. I think Harry Potter Land would fit fine in the
Oh yeah.
But there's so many people that are like, no, they want to kill me right now. But
No, not me. I agree.
No, we lost out on that. And that kept Universal relevant, though, I'll tell you what. So
It
that
did.
keeps us, having
Yeah.
that. And I think that's a good thing. I think they need to have that kind of good rivalry going
Yeah.
back and forth. Who's going to be best
Oh
now?
yeah.
Now, for me, somebody in the chat said it right there. The Pirates of the Caribbean at Shanghai. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Unbelievable.
YouTube it.
You have got to YouTube that ride. I don't know how they do it. It's the neatest thing, man. It's probably
Nothing like ours.
it's nothing like ours. It's so much better. It's
Really?
dude, it rivals Rise of the Resistance in a lot of ways. It really does.
Really?
Watch that ride on
Writing
YouTube.
this down.
I'm telling you, it's
Pirates of the
neatest-
Caribbean, Shanghai.
Shanghai Disney Pirates. And because we're gonna wrap up here in a second, but I'm telling you, it's pretty awesome.
Although I'm going to get my wish. One of the ones I wanted them to bring, they're bringing Ratatouille.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ratatouille.
yeah, that's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Can't wait.
There you go. So there you go, everybody. We are coming up on 9:30. And let me first say to Charlie and Stacy, thank you guys so much for being our first special guests. I really hope you guys had a great time tonight. We were honored to have you.
our fifth
Absolutely.
our fifth choice special guest, right? Thank you so much for having us. Seriously,
Yes.
we have a blast whenever we're guys are
Yeah.
on our show or we're on your show. It's always a fun time. Thank you
No,
again for having us, and appreciate it. Appreciate everybody's support in the chats too. Don't forget to
Yes.
like and subscribe.
Yes, please do.
Mouse Talk.
Yep. And everybody, if someone, Phantasmic Chronicles, welcome in, by the way. But I did want to say, if one of my mods in the chat, please put Charlie and Stacy's link to their channel. If you guys haven't already subscribed to their channel, please do so. Great channel, great family, wonderful content. They go live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. with the not quite ready for prime time show with the special guests of Jim More Sunshine Please tomorrow night, right?
Yay!
Yeah. We're gonna be discussing what's new in Walt Disney World coming in 2020.
Awesome. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And again, Dean over at theliveplace.com, family-friendly streams throughout the week. Dean is such a supporter of this community. All of our streams are on theliveplace.com. It's kind of like your TV guide of live streams. It really is. It's a great place to find all your favorites in one place. So check out Dean over at theliveplace.com.
Yes.
Our two partner channels are Steve's World and Disney Dan. Their links are also in the description below. Check those guys out. Other than that, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here. We say this every week, and it's the truth. You have a choice of what you do with your time, and the fact that you're spending your time here with us, it means the world to us. We're honored to have you each and every week. Thank you for all the support, all the interaction back and forth in the chat. Everybody was fantastic tonight. We had a great time. We hope you had a great time. And my Disney park memories welcome in just as we're heading out. But thank you for being here. And you are now all in on the running for the prize at the end of the month.
Yep, marking it
But
down.
Charlie and Stacy, guys, thank you again for being here. And
Thank
everyone
you.
in the chat, please take care of yourselves and each other. And we will talk to you all next week. Have a great day.
Night, everybody.
Everybody.
Right.